What's going on, guys? Gilly Writes Comics here, joined alongside Hero Geek, his buddy Ron.
Hello.
And we are going to share with you something very, very top secret.
Very cool, too. Very, very cool.
And very Star Wars, right?
Yeah.
So pretty much what we're teasing here is a page that we teased on Reddit last week to our Darth Krell Cometh fan comic. Now, basically, the way this whole thing came together, Ron and I, we always talk about Star Wars, what we like, what we don't like, episodes, movies, action figures, for goodness sake. We're all over the place, even comics, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I remember Ron, shared with me some characters he had created for a Star Wars story he had hoped to make one day. And I was inspired. Who hasn't created some type of Star Wars fan fiction lore in their own minds at one point or the other, right?
That's right, yeah.
And basically, I had this idea to want to do my own story once I saw the Umbara arc from Clone Wars.
That's when it clicked for you. I know that's when you went insane. Like, oh my god, I have this crazy awesome idea, and you just told me about it. And admittedly, at first I was like, I don't know. But you really laid it out for me in a really awesome way. And I was like, holy crap, this is awesome. We need to do this,
Ron, he's not a big Krell fan, and I don't blame him. For me, like I said, guys, I didn't get really big into the Clone Wars until after the fact. The Mandalorian, for me, kind of jump-started that itch that I had. And I went deep into the Clone Wars. I finished the entire season. I'm currently up to date now on the arc that Disney is resuming the new season 7. But
not quite. You still got a couple of episodes to watch.
Yeah,
you haven't seen Friday's episode. You're gonna get blown away by that episode.
Yeah, but the thing is, it brought that joy in Star Wars that I remember from the VHS tapes of the original trilogy: A New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi. Mandalorian kickstarted it. The Clone Wars, re-amplified it. And so I'm just turned on, right? I'm lit. I'm on fire. So after I saw that arc, I was blown away by Pong Krell. For me, he was a master Jedi. He was a force. I've never seen that. And I mean, are you kidding me? 4 arms, 2 double-bladed lightsabers. He dual wields that.
Yeah.
I was going nuts. Now
essentially, Gilly, what you did is you came up with this entire elaborate way to bring him back. And that's essentially what the basis of the comic book is how Krell comes back and how he comes back into the original trilogy era.
Exactly. So if you guys are probably wondering how would that even be possible, we do it in a way that will challenge Star Wars fans. That they would actually see the creativity there. I use Ron as a gauge because I know he's a diehard fan. He's read a lot of the novels. He's like my meter. Like if something doesn't work, I'll talk with him and I'll see if it can work. So.
It's happened where you bring me something and I'm not sure about it, but I kind of come at it at an angle where it could work, and then we go from there. We work really well together, and I'm really excited to work on this comic with Gilly. I really am.
Yeah. So Pong Krell, I had to do something. I felt like, if Darth Maul could be, cut in half and come back to life. I felt Pong Krell, a blaster shot to the back. I felt like, come on, man. He's a huge hulking, beast. His species, they're more durable than humans. He's a master Jedi. I'm like, I'm going to find a way that's going to justify or make it plausible that he could survive this. But I did my work. Ron, he liked the idea, like I said. And he liked it so much. And like we synergized in such a way that I'm like, you know what? The characters that you created, that Ron had created also, I said we're going to feature them.
And we did it so organically. It worked so well. We just blended our ideas together in this beautiful, beautiful way, and I'm really excited for this comic book. But why don't you get to what we're here for today on Reddit? And the reception that we got for this page on Reddit is incredible. They're really exciting.
Exactly. So we had to test the waters. Like anytime you do something Star Wars related, you already know the fan base is fickle, and they're they want to be challenged, but they don't want the wool pull over their eyes. You got to respect the fans. You got to respect their knowledge. And, as a writer, you have to research. You have to make sure it fits within Legends, within canon, within both. And since
we're kind of creating our own continuity, mixing elements from Legends and Disney, things that we like, but yeah.
And we're doing it in a way where this could actually uphold its own, and it doesn't infringe on anything that's sacred within Star Wars or any characters, but it's like an awesome, subplot bubbling behind the scenes into, from Clone Wars era trickling into the New Hope timeline, and we did it organically, and I think it worked.
I love the reception we got for this on Reddit. It's just like, whoa.
Yeah, like I said, we just teased one page out there. Initially, our idea is to pitch the 5 pages and a cover, and we want to crowdfund that. Now, if the comic will be for free digitally. Okay, like it's just like I said, this is our fan story, our Star Wars love letter, and it's therapy as well in a way. And this is our test. Okay, so we need to crowdfund the rest of the comic, that's for sure. So how we're going to do that? The idea is to offer limited physical copies of what would be the first issue to raise money for the printing and the shipping of that, and also the artwork to finish that book outright. Mm-hmm. And if the reception's good and we can keep the story going, we will. And the plus side is, if anyone's on a budget and they can't really help out, but they could help spread the word, they're going to get their finished copy free digitally. They're going to get their finished comic digitally. So we went to Reddit. We tested one of the pages of our pitch, and I'm just going to scroll through it so you can see. If you guys could see real quick here, we got 2,000 upvotes.
That's pretty awesome.
2,000. That's like 2,000 people, right? If you just think about 2,000 people, that's a lot of people.
If 2,000 people back this, we'll be able to do it. No problem.
No, if 2,000 people back this, we might have enough to make an omnibus of this. Yeah. And you'll have all that content free digitally. So again, being that this is a fan comic, it's not officially canon, right? But this thing is going to be so authentic. Right, it's going to be like the most authentic yet unofficial Star Wars comic out there.
I mean, just looking at the artwork right now, it's high quality. This is the kind of stuff that you would expect Marvel and Disney to come out with a Star Wars comic. I mean, look at that; it looks beautiful.
Mm-hmm. And in hindsight, I envision it as something Dark Horse would have done if Dark Horse still had the license.
That's right.
To create Star Wars, and let's just say
because they respect the Star Wars more than Marvel does, in my opinion. So.
Right. And with that said, if they would have granted me the freedom, right, because not many writers are going to grant them the freedom to create a character or create, a lot of times it might be structured around, hey, we want another Vader piece or we want a Darth Maul piece. Listen, as a creator, as a writer, you need to write what you're passionate about. There's a Star Wars writer. His name is Kavan Scott, and he's also in charge of the High Republic redesign. I tweeted this idea about my Darth Vader comic idea on Twitter way before anything. And I remember him saying fan fiction was how he got started. And he said, if you have a story, tell it. So he kind of championed me to go forward. And then, I talked with Ron and we cemented some ideas, and we put together something that's created by Star Wars fans for the fans, but with the quality and professionalism that you'd expect to see from a big two comic company, right? Mm-hmm. So we're going to tease the first panel. Here we have Dooku standing alongside Yoda in a room full of younglings, right? Young Padawans, right?
Yeah.
And the next panel, we have Dooku. So I already made an edit. If you guys see the first panel here, his hair looks really, really white. And then here it's kind of gray. So the first panel, we made it gray. So
that'll be fixed in the final art.
Here we have him in his Jedi robe, his regalia. If you remember, in Clone Wars, there was an episode where Yoda has visions. He's trying to understand how he could commune outside of the Force or after death. And he has communications with Qui-Gon Jinn. and he's led to this planet. He has visions, and here we have Dooku in that like dressed in that same vision. And they're here, and of course, Dooku is scouting. He's scouting a Padawan. He wants to take one last Padawan under his wing. Okay, and the Padawan that he'll be taking under his wing, if you guys notice, this is a young Pong Krell right here. So I'm smiling because, again, I just love the colors. I don't know if you guys could see the crackling, the scratchy little bit, the textures here, the brightness around the edges. This is a flashback scene. We had some really cool comments. Someone wondering about this species here, if it looks like a dog or something like that. Even Ron he was like, "What's that?" I'm like, "Listen, man, every new Star Wars, anything, they always bring a new, race or something in."
Yeah.
So this was just the artist touch, right? I just wanted Pong Krell. Sal, who does the art, that's his little touch. The colors we have here is my man Tiago. Sal and Tiago actually worked together on another book, and we just somehow came together to work on this project.
I love the colors. It brings this really warm atmosphere to the scene. This kind of just like the movies did, and they had scenes like this in Clone Wars also, and it has that same feeling.
I love also this panel too because it's like Yoda and Dooku. This is like like emblematic of the days where they were more solidified as a team, or as a mentorship or respect, as a camaraderie there.
Yeah.
It's more solidified.
I'm pretty sure there's been comics and novels about their relationship.
Yeah, I'm sure that. I mean, I haven't delved that far deep.
Yeah, neither have I.
Yeah, I pretty much use everything I got from the Clone Wars, from the original trilogy, from what I got from Rebels.
I know a lot of that is Legends, and a lot of it is canon. So it's
I have researched on the Wikipedia, and I've done a lot of extensive reading just to see if it would fit in the Legends canon and if it would fit also in Disney canon. So I try to respect both where it could work either way. So when we created this comic, we're looking at all the canon because we want to make sure, even as a fan comic, you never know if this thing could ever be something. That'd be my dream, right? But the thing is, we got a lot of upvotes. We got a lot of comments on here. We're just going to cycle through some of the comments. 98% upvoted. So we did receive some downvotes.
98% upvoted. Come on, like you're gonna focus on the 2% downvoted.
I'm just teasing. No, I know. So here we got some comments here. This one here says, "This looks awesome. My only critique is you should give the younger Count Dooku some color to his hair," which we did address that. We're not going too black. It would help establish this is the pass feel to the scene, and I think Dooku will look mighty sharp with a pepper touch of gray. So we added that in that little first panel because it looks kind of white. We changed that.
See, that's awesome critique right there. That's not attacking. That's just being really, constructive.
Yeah. And, again, like it's awesome because, again, we draw from this and we tweak according to this. So like I said, I made that tweak according to that, where that first panel, if we go back to that first panel here, if you look at it here, it looks really white. Here it's more gray. Because you see that white, your mind is like, okay, so when you see that, the new page, it's more gray here. Then here we have gray. So it's showing that we are taking into account some of the
we tried this on Twitter and it didn't have the same reaction that we were hoping for, but as soon as Gilly put this on Reddit, it just blew up, and I love this.
Someone put out here, this is so cool. Is it finished? If so, I'd love to see it. And again, just to reiterate our stance on this, I'm like, we have a few pages complete. The idea is to offer the comic free digitally, but crowdfund the remaining artwork by offering limited physical copies of the first issue to backers with their name featured in the credits. Thank you so much for your interest. So, it's cool. We're showing you guys what we want to do. Our plan already set. Someone's asking if this crowdfunding set up already. We don't have it ready, and we are going to tease the cover to this. And when we do,
that's going to be coming pretty soon to Reddit and other platforms. And we'll probably make another video about it too. So
we're definitely going to make another video about the cover and just talk about some little Easter eggs here and there about the cover. But we're going to also, put, I want to say like a landing page or something. So where people can see, or they could click on the link to what would be the campaign, so they'll know when it's launching and everything. Because someone here even says, is there an email list we can get on to remember to sign up for the backing?
Yeah, well, I think you could do that on Indiegogo, like a mailing list.
Yeah,
pre-launching of the campaign.
Right. So, well, I think I don't know if Kickstarter has that. I might want to do Kickstarter first, just because.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
I think maybe Kickstarter might. I don't know. I feel like for a fan comic, it might be a good idea. I don't know, but the idea is also to offer it to Indiegogo as well. Maybe if this funds, and I know for sure, then we can definitely have maybe a variant cover exclusive to Indiegogo.
I like that one. Whoa! I've literally only just finished watching the Umbar arc on Disney Plus, and that's pretty cool.
As of 5 minutes ago. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Well, as of 5 minutes ago, and this is the first thing I see on Reddit. Great work, OC. Going to be looking for more of your work for sure. Awesome.
Nice.
So people really probably will follow me. They'll know.
I have to give a personal thanks to everybody on Reddit who's left all these amazing comments. It makes me feel warm, and it makes me feel like we're doing something really awesome with this comic. Something that needs to be done. This kind of reaction, it kind of motivates, because a little while ago, I kind of fell into the Star Wars depression. Gilly knows all about it, but this just brings me back on. This is great. This is what I need.
Yeah, this is therapy. Like I said, no need to. We can't be depressed. We don't have the rights to Star Wars, right? We maybe wish George Lucas had it. There's still some good things that we're seeing out of Disney with The Mandalorian. The latest episode from Clone Wars looks to be rocking. The Bad Batch arc was pretty rocking. There's some stuff that's good here, right? And again, we just want to add to that because again, we're fans, right? Here's another one. Your art style is brilliant. Also seeing Happy Times with Dooku and Yoda makes me so sad, right? This is a good thing that we can evoke emotion from our readers here, from the people looking at what we're doing here. Someone else is asking, let me see. I think that's the ultimate issue I have with Clone Wars series. It's amazing. It's so good and tells phenomenal stories, but they don't fit into the prequels well. In the prequels, whiny, and Grievous is a little bitch. I 100% agree with this.
This is an issue that Gilly has a lot, the discrepancy between the movies and the series. Me and Gilly have had a lot of conversations about how he just doesn't feel that it fits together.
Yeah, it's hard for me to see Anakin as this, pioneer of justice and, as a Jedi and, doing what he does, dashing, out there, fearless. And then you kind of see him in Revenge of the Sith kind of just listen to Palpatine and then he just beheads Dooku. It's just like, what? It's just like, it's hard to fit. And then he kills kids, whatever. But anyway, right? There's a magic and charm here with the Clone Wars. So, what, according to this comment, I want to capture that what the Clone Wars did so well into our comic here. So hopefully we could do that. But in the Clone Wars, they're all complex, interesting, powerful characters. If they could only be that cool in the movies, and that's what we're going for with the Dark Crow Arth. There's gonna be some layers there. I'm putting in something a lot of people don't like Pong Krell, and I get it.
No, but the story you're presenting, dude, what you told me about it, it just works. It's just amazing. I mean, really, really good stuff.
Yeah, we don't want to spoil anything for you guys, but I want you guys to know that I do create comics. I've had crowdfunded quite a few comics. I currently have something called Galactic Rodents of Mayhem going right now on Indiegogo. Pretty cool stuff. So I know my way around the story. And I've seen a lot of movies, seen a lot of TV shows, read a lot of comics, and I know about character development, and I hate when things don't add up. I try my best to justify a cool way for this, Pong Krell story, this Darth Krell Cometh book, where it can please fans that maybe didn't like him, but also give fans something that just want, to feed that Star Wars with Jorl. Maybe they just want just something else, something new.
So yeah, look out for more updates on this comic book. We'll keep you updated. We'll make videos about it. We'll post more stuff on Reddit. So if you guys are on Reddit, just look there. And yeah,
guys. So be on the lookout. We're definitely going to tease some more stuff. If you check this out, drop a comment. Let me know what you think of our little page here, our little flashback of Darth Krell Cometh. I think what I have here with Ron is something cool. It's going to
very
be
special.
fun.
This is very special.
It's pretty. It's a labor of love, guys. I can't say it any other way. We're big Star Wars geeks, and we want nothing more than to keep the legacy going. And if I can do my part in a fan comic, damn well I'm going to do
the same way. Yep.
So anyway, guys, that was a Geektastic duo. Definitely like and subscribe if you haven't. Let us know what you think. Drop a comment and be on the lookout. We're going to tease that cover page very soon. You're not going to want to miss that one. Trust me. All right, guys, geek out.
Geek out, guys.